Yeah, I ain't even had it yet myself, honestly.
This shit smell like it blow. I got a bag so big at home with just weed niggas be giving me and shit.
Yeah.
All kind of weed in that bitch. Yeah, just like, and just mix it all up. One big gas bag.
Mystery grab bag.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And when my people from out of town, like my family members and shit, come in, I just let them smoke out that bitch. Ain't no telling what you smoking. You smoking some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, come on, just let it roll. Give me a countdown.
Bet.
3, 2, go.
94.9 the city, hottest radio station in the streets. You tuned in with your favorite little brother Peazo Bam. And today I'm honored to have this guest in front of me, man. When I say we was able to watch his career from the ground up and you feel like you're a part of that, you can meet everybody that he talk about in his rhymes and his story so vivid. I want to call him the greatest Florida ambassador, and I'm happy that we able to give him his flowers while he here. It's the big dog, Tom G. How you doing, man?
Man, that's love, man. I appreciate that. That was sincere. I felt that.
Man, I swear, like how old I was? I was like 12, right?
Yeah.
I had went out to Clearwater because I had, a little music career at the time.
Okay.
It was these guys named Romeo and Lewis. I'll never forget their name because they put me on I'm There. They put me on I'm There. They had the video, you had the dress and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm watching that and everybody vibing to it, everybody fucking with it. We come back to the city and we trying to remember everybody. We even watch do your thing. We even watch Jit Cam. I know it's Money Young and Cam 9.
Yeah.
But we had watched him. He had a song called Astronomical.
Okay.
Yeah, so we was all into that. We came back to the city. We was like, man, we really fucking with them boys. And so we had searched y'all up on MySpace, that was at the time.
Yeah.
And then we was able to find you on YouTube and you made a Team Fetty and everything.
Okay.
And so we was able to
Damn, I think you going
whole,
back.
man, that cause like, and it's
Yeah.
crazy cause like I'm so excited, big dog, cause I'm like a major fan and like not trying to be, but I put you in my top 5 every time the conversation come up.
And I receive that though, cause I could tell you being genuine about what you saying, cause you running down timelines and shit.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, how has the journey been like throughout what has been 16 summers?
Yeah, 16, like literally, you know what I'm saying? 16 summers. The journey been crazy, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of good times, a lot of bad times.
Right.
A lot of lessons. I call the L's lessons. You know what I'm saying? A lot of lessons, my nigga. Just like, I like to look at it and say the joy of the journey. You know what I'm saying? The joy of the journey, bro. Like I don't regret nothing. However, whatever played out, you know what I'm saying? If it was a bad time or if it was something like, a lot of people like to look at it and say, well, Tom should have been blue. Tom should have, like, you know what I'm saying, like, been to the point where I'm at now. You feel me?
Right.
They feel like I should have been there. But
and how you take that talk?
When people say stuff like that, I just, I let them know. Like, to be honest with you, I feel like if I would have got it when I thought I should have had it, I probably would be like washed now. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I started young.
That's
you
a
feel
great
me?
way to look at it.
Right. Like, look at the average person that, and no disrespect to, like, nobody's careers or nothing. I'm saying, look at the average person that took flight when they was young. You know what I'm saying? It's not very many of them that still got it. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like, like I say, the joy of the journey. Like, if I would have got it back then, if God would have put that in my hands back then with that money and, the influences I probably would have been around and my priorities and all that, it just wasn't set up how it is now.
Yeah.
So now, you know what I'm saying? God put $2-3 million in my bank account right now. I know exactly what to do with it. You feel me?
Right.
So, the journey, I don't regret nothing, and I feel like it played out, and it's playing out exactly how it's supposed to.
I always wanted to ask you about the transition because you was around when, everybody's still hustling out the CDs, everybody like word of mouth, and then everything transitioned into streaming and everything so digital. How was you able to like, survive in this type of world?
It took me a little while though, cause like my business partner, like he always trying to get me like internet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just straight like, man, we gonna hit the streets. You know what I'm saying? The
Because
CDs,
it was like more
the posters.
effective at the time, right?
Yeah, it was like it was more hands on with the grind back then. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I just think just having the right people around me, you know what I'm saying, to kind of like show me, okay, this is what's going on now, like, and me seeing, what's going on now and just adapting to it, like, even with the Challenge God thing that I did,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, like, that's kind of like that kind of like was a reinvention of myself, you know, with the internet.
Right.
Yeah. So
Getting
when I
your presence
started,
there.
when I started doing that, that's like me giving y'all the mixtape time, you know, but I'm getting it to you right there in front of your phone.
Fast.
Twice a month, 3 times a month, and it's like, damn, Tom doing his thing. You feel me? Like it's just getting
And
it to
you
him,
can
blood
look
raw.
forward
Like,
to it,
yeah.
All right, so I wonder, like, because the grind has been so long, so a lot of artists, they start, you know, they think maybe they got to get their image together first,
Right.
or they just got to drop a bunch of music. But I wonder, like, when did you learn the business part of rap? Like, when you knew that it wasn't just, you know, writing lyrics, it's actually going out here and making these plays and trying to, you know, survive and make this
Right.
my real hustle.
I think I learned that around Cushion Cups time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
When you
Because
start.
I remember I let somebody book me for like $5,000, and they booked me for the $5,000. I think it was in Polk County or something like that. They booked me for the $5,000, and I was like, I felt that like the $5,000, I was vibing that. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when I got there, one of my big homies, he like a business partner with me, and you know, to this day. So when we got there, he was like, "Boy, this bitch swinging." I was like, "Yeah, this bitch swinging." You know what I'm saying? I had my chest out. I'm like, "Yeah, I got this bitch thick." You feel me? So he was like, "Yeah, but how you feel about what you got paid?" And I said, "Well, I got paid $5. Shit, I thought that was top dollar." And he was like, "Yeah, but count the people in this bitch. It's about 600 people in this bitch. How much you think they paid?"
He snapped.
You know what I'm saying? So
How
I'm
much they
like,
paid to
damn.
get
I
in,
looked at the
yeah.
nigga. I'm like, damn, kid. Like, you right. Like, the average bitch in here probably paid $20 to get in this bitch. It's like 600 motherfuckers in here. They
Yeah.
got sections sold, all kind of shit. So these niggas probably made like 30 G's or some shit that night.
Yeah.
Probably, like, you feel
That's
me?
why it wasn't nothing to throw you fire that night.
Yeah, that 5 wasn't nothing. That was, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So then I thought about it. I'm like, oh, yeah. So what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to set a price, and if they don't want to adhere to the price, then we'll just book the club ourselves, and we'll just get with the hot niggas in the city, and you know what I'm saying, we'll make it do what it do on our own.
Right.
That's when I started learning about the business part of it. Like, okay, like it's more to it than me just rapping and saying what I want for a show. Is like I gotta pay attention to the details of it, as far as, like, you know what I'm saying, me maximizing the money I can make off this shit, from merch to
Right.
you know what I'm saying, shows to streaming to, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Back then it was the CDs, but now it's the streaming, and you got to make sure all your shit set up right, so when your shit is streaming, it's registered right, and it's falling
get
in the right.
compensated for
Yeah,
that,
it's
and
falling
everybody
on
can
your
find
lap
it.
the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
It's a lot of niggas out here right now, they don't know the business. You know what I'm saying? So they
Right.
probably streaming like a motherfucker and they ain't getting no money for it.
Yeah, because they ain't set up. They,
Exactly.
What
You
it
know
is,
I'm
like
saying?
an ass cap or something like
Yeah,
that?
ask out BMI, but then that's more of the radio part of it and shit too. But you have to have your shit, like, you know what I'm saying, monetized the right way, and have your
Yes.
business set up like the way I do it. Like we set our shit up where it all fall like in one account. You know what I'm saying? And quarterly I check my shit. I might check it and be like, I'm gonna pull some money from it, or I might check it and be like, no, I'm gonna let it stack up.
Yeah.
You feel me? So yeah, and keep pushing people to those links though. When you pushing people to them links, man, that's all money, bro.
Yeah,
It's all money.
I feel that.
Yeah.
So I noticed, like, the party, and that wasn't, like, the only, you know, thing you was getting the money from, because I seen you started the Oddball.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, so how did that go? Like, what made you want to get into, like, the
Um,
clothing?
I think what I saw Nipsey was doing the Crenshaw.
Oh, so you was on point back then.
Yeah, that was like when he made the what mixtape that was, we were jamming. I remember the Crenshaw. And I had like 300 shirts, and we was sacking up the shirts and listening to Crenshaw, you feel me? Like,
That's real.
I'm locked in with Dog on his mission, like, back then, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what brought me to that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, I always been like hands-on, like CDs, we hands-on back then, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The shirts and the merch, we hands-on, like whatever. Cause I come from the street, so it's like, if I could sell you something and get that money out your hand right now, that's what I'm trying to do. You
Yeah.
feel me? Like, whether it's a shirt or whether it's some weed or whether it's
Whatever.
whatever it is, I'm trying to get that money out your hand. You feel me? Like, and if they line up around the corner to spin with me, then I'm gonna provide. You feel me?
That's real.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about mentors, because I feel like you using your music, you was like a mentor indirectly for like a lot of people coming up in this area.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was getting put on, I was like in my early teenage stages, and we ain't really had too many big homies, you know, people that was gonna steer you right. But you always drop game in your music that was gonna, you know, let it just know he flagging, like with songs like Slow Down, you know,
Right.
when you telling them what they gonna look forward to in the street. Like, so I was wondering, did you have any like big homies or mentors in your life, or was it just your goal to like be that you never had?
Yeah, musically, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always looked up to people like Trick, you know what I'm saying? JT Money, you feel me? Rated R,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Tampa Tony, you
And
feel
you
me?
put us on the rated R.
Yeah.
With that vibe in the slide.
Yeah, you know, cause even before that though, like, you know, they been putting it down before me, you know what I'm saying? I got a lot of big homies that, you know, I listen to for game, like, you know what I'm saying, Master P, of course, Hov, Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? Pac gave me a lot of game, Scarface gave me a lot of game, you feel me?
Yeah.
8 Ball MJG gave me a lot of game. Goody Mob gave me a lot of game, you know what I'm saying? Outkast, you know, shit like that.
So it
Even
was
people like T.I., you know what I'm saying? T.I. gave a lot of game, you know, in his
did.
music, yeah. Ross.
So with that, like, was it just strictly music for you? Like, was it anybody in the Tampa area that was like able to, like, maybe a big homie?
Oh yeah, I always had like big homies, you know what I'm saying, that I always like, you know, a lot of them dead, or, you know what I'm saying, went to prison, or, you know, shit like that. And I learned from their mistakes, and that's what they kind of like taught me to learn from their mistakes, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of my big homies, you know, some of them still out, some of them doing well in life, you feel me? Cause they was living by the principles that, you know, some of the stuff they taught us, you feel me?
Facts.
Like when I was a jit, I be out doing something in the neighborhood I ain't got no business doing, or something. I might say something to a grown person I might ain't had no business saying, or
Facts.
at the park, or might be disrespecting a coach or something. And my big homie be like, nah, jit, we won't do it like that. You feel me? Like, you supposed to rock like this, you feel me?
They say it take a village. And
Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? My uncle got a lot of homeboys, so when they catch me doing stuff as a kid, or you know, as a teenager, or some shit like that I ain't had no business doing, you know, they'll straighten me out.
Yeah.
That's how I learned learned along the way. You feel me?
And that's like kind of what molded you into a stand-up dude.
Yeah, definitely. And then on top of that, like with my music, man, like, you know, I talk a lot of shit in my music, and I don't be wanting people to feel like that's it.
That's all they gonna get.
Yeah, know what I'm saying? I want you to be able to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my kids listen to Tom G, and Tom G talk a lot of shit. He talk a lot of derogatory and wild shit. But really, the picture I'm painting is basically for you to get the whole picture.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you gonna be like, oh yeah, Tom talk that shit, man, but he just giving it to you raw. But then the end message, you know, the whole goal in the message is to give you the game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk that street shit, and you know what I'm saying, and a lot of the shit that I was living at one point, you feel me? I'm gonna talk that, and I'm gonna let you know I'm living like that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna also let you know the outcome of some of the shit that happened to my homeboys that done caught 14 years and 15 years in prison and done got killed.
It all if you
know what I'm saying? And behind this type of lifestyle, I'm gonna let you know that part too. I ain't gonna just glorify this shit for you to think that, oh, it's sweet out here, cause that's what these niggas doing now. They telling you know what I'm saying, to keep your face dirty with the plug and run off with the work and all this fuck ass shit, but they ain't really how it go. They ain't telling you a nigga gonna clip your ass for doing some shit like that. You feel me? A nigga gonna put a check on your head for doing shit like that. They ain't telling you a nigga running your house and pistol whip your mama buying shit like that, nigga, and you're cheering and all. See what I'm saying? They just giving it to you one way. You know what I'm saying? And I just choose not to give it to a nigga to the point where I'm feeding your ignorance more than your intellect. You get what I'm saying?
You snap.
Right.
All right. Since you have that type of music when you talking about, you know, the real shit, the shit you need to hear.
Right.
But then y'all also get into like the party music and man, y'all do y'all thing when it comes to them samples. Like,
oh yeah.
When it comes to that, like, I just imagine myself around with my old head, you know, and he playing the latest Patti LaBelle or whatever. Like, I like y'all ill when it comes to that. But I've been wondering, like, what is the true Tampa, Florida sound when it comes to music? Because like it's some people that's in the streets that'll be like, we the Tampa, Florida sound, but then you got the dance part of it, you know, that part of the culture that they say that's the real sound. So I've been wondering, like, what is it?
I think right now, like when you look at artists like me, you might look at an artist like Tay Baby, you know what I'm saying, some shit like that. Like we kind of like the niggas that bring the median, like a perfect median, cause we gonna give you some gangster shit on a club beat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna give you the club shit. I mean the gangster shit by itself too. the cushion cups and the pressure bust pipe mixtapes and
Scroll
shit like
music.
that. Yeah, all the scroll music. We gonna give you that. But boy, it ain't nothing like getting a real authentic, a real authentic Tampa nigga to jump on a club beat that got a nice vibe to it, but it ain't really like no corny club beat. It's just one of them ones that you know the streets gonna fuck with.
Right.
And a nigga gonna give you that gangster shit on a club track. Ain't nothing like it.
Yeah. And y'all really do that like real well.
Yeah.
And one thing that I love that y'all used to do, because I feel like we don't do that as much when it comes to Florida music.
Right.
But I mean, don't get me wrong, like the foundation's solid.
Right.
But one thing that y'all used to do is everybody from like the guy that's the man in the city, y'all would actually link up and come together on the track.
Yeah.
Like songs with Papa Duck, and you know I love when you and Lenny get together on tracks and stuff.
Right.
So I figured like how big was that in your career? Like
that's very, very vital, dog. Like for you to like for Tom G to be linking with Frank Lenny's and Ball Greases and Papa Ducks and Chaotix, and like if you notice, like I kick my game heavy with my Florida homeboys. You know what I'm saying? We get on the phone and cuss each other out, talk shit to each other. Bitch, you ain't called me in 6 months, bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah.
But we homeboys though, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a real authentic type of situation. And I feel like that's what keep the whole Florida thing flowing. Like when I go to Broward County, they know Coleon fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? They know Choo Choo fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? They know Kodak fucking with me. So it's like when I pull up down there, niggas like, oh, my nigga Dirty 1000 for instance. Like I fuck with niggas. I made it my business to fuck with niggas in every city. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what city it is in Florida, it's a nigga or two that I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Like these boys that just walked in, you feel me?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? These my niggas. Like everywhere I go, I'm always plugged in with the niggas who fucking with the city heavy and the city fucking with them heavy, you feel me? It's very vital, bro. You got to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they know they got a home when they come to Tampa. Even if I don't hang with you while you in the city, like I might have some shit going on, but everything is just one phone call away.
Right.
Whatever you need, nigga.
And
I'm
it's
talking
up.
about on any level. You know what I'm saying?
That's love.
Yeah.
So we got that out of the way, and I wanted to talk about like how big is it for you to, cause you got a face, and you like, I don't want to like say the wrong thing, but I feel like you like one of the faces of Florida,
Right.
and I feel like how much does that play into like real life? Like, does everything you do have to be calculated because somebody watching, or like, do you ever have time to just be you? You know.
Well, I think a lot of my journey that kind of like people might have at one point felt like, you know, took a little longer in certain areas and shit like that. It came from that. It came from me just being Tom.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really like I wear what the fuck I want to wear type shit. I ain't wearing what y'all think is cool. I mean, I'm getting more into that now, like fashion wise and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, come with it.
But coming up through the ranks and shit, I used to wear shit that just I felt like was straight. Fuck a nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that made made it like, oh, made a person look at me like, oh, he gonna be sauced up type shit like back then, you feel me? Or Tom gonna talk some real shit. Tom ain't gonna just tell us the flaw ass shit we want to hear and like praise the negativity on a lot of different areas. You know what I'm saying? Tom gonna tell us some real shit. That's just like when your uncle come around, like, you know what I'm saying, and he always telling you some shit about God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to hear that shit all the time, but you know that's what you need to hear, you feel me? But you don't want to hear it all the time.
And man, sometimes it's like from the person that's telling you, like sometimes you probably need to hear it from somebody else.
Exactly. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like my journey, you know what I'm saying, like all that like played a part in it. Like, you know what I'm saying, like how I kick my game it's mostly like, you know what I'm saying, you gotta fuck with me for me. You know what I'm saying? Like all these boys that's in here, they fuck with me because I'm just me.
Yeah.
I ain't finna like being a break on who I am, my nigga. I ain't finna like I don't do shit to impress niggas and get niggas approval. I'm just gonna be Tom, and then you see, you know what I'm saying, you gotta fuck with me on that level. If you don't fuck with it, then we just don't vibe.
That's real.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to talk about the importance of having a team, because a lot of people, they get into this game and, you know, they might feel like I don't need nobody. Like once I figure out how to do what I need to do, like I probably don't need nobody. I can do this as a one-man band.
He a
And I look
motherfucking lie.
at, yeah.
That's a motherfucking lie. And I
But-
notice a lot of these new niggas be saying nobody ain't helped me
And
do
that's
it.
what,
Nigga,
yeah,
that's a lie.
you
nigga.
hear that in almost every run.
That's a motherfucking lie. You had a big homie that gave you $500 for a video or something. You had somebody in your family that bought you an outfit for a video or took you to a show. Nigga, you ain't just do everything by you. That's impossible.
Mm-hmm.
That's impossible. You know what I'm saying? You had a DJ that DJ'd your show. You know what I'm saying? You can't, nigga, you ain't running back and forth from the DJ booth in the club playing your music and then rapping. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody working the door for you at your events or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, you got people rooting for you, supporting you. You got a motherfucker that's sending your music to somebody that might get you discovered. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what niggas get this shit
Why
from.
is it
Like,
so hard for people to give like the proper acknowledgement?
I think that's just the new wave now. It's like niggas be tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
plain and simple.
yeah, you know. And it ain't all the new niggas. It just, you know, some of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think sometimes shit become cool to say. Niggas don't be really meaning that shit. Oh, I got this out the mud on my own. No, nigga, that ain't what you did, nigga.
That ain't what you
it don't
did
matter
at
what you did in your life. If you became the biggest drug dealer in your city, you didn't do that on your own. You had a nigga who would bust their gun for you. You had a nigga who would keep a nigga off your ass, nigga. You didn't do all this on your own. You feel me? So, like, if you were an athlete, you didn't do all that on your own. You didn't get to the league on your own. Your mama made sacrifices, or whoever was down with you made sacrifices to get you to school and so you could make practice and, you know what I mean? Shit like that. I don't know where niggas get that on my own shit from.
So, not only do you do your own music, but I see, cause I want to get into the Team Fetty, and you know how was it like? Cause were you managing everyone? Because you had like a roster, of artists, and I don't know if it's still the same number, but I was wondering like what was your role as far as like getting everyone, you know, to that level that you were at, you know, getting everybody on the same page.
Well, from my standpoint, it was more so like how Wayne was doing Squad Up and shit like that. Like how Wayne was doing Squad Up, or, you know, like how Biggie had Junior Mafia type shit like that. Like, that was kind of my role with, you know, the people that we was fucking with at the time. And a lot of them still around, a lot of them still family. Right. But, you know, niggas growing up, niggas got their own bills, their own families and shit like that. So, you know, shit, niggas rocking, you know, like Swaver, you know, Swaver done stayed down. You know what I'm saying? Money Young and Cam, Deezy, all them done stayed down and shit like that. So, you know, them boys just working their situation.
Solid artists, by the way.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm the type of person I think like I told you, we gonna keep going back to the joy of the journey. I think people should enjoy their journey. Like ask him. We go to the club, I don't beat the DJ down like saying, oh, I'm torn, dog, play my little brother shit, play Swave. Nah, nigga, you go do that. You go do it, because I had to do it. Feel me? You gotta feel that. You gotta feel that, because you ain't gonna appreciate it if you don't.
My dog tell me shit like that, like all the time. He was like, certain people, they just ain't go through that, and that's why they move in a certain way.
Right, just like in Tampa, like, no, so I could easily just press a button and be like, hey, all right, everybody, y'all come fuck with little bruh, whoop the whoop. Know what I'm saying? No, we gon', bruh, you gotta go out there and do your own thing. Go to the clubs, you know, buy these niggas drinks, you know what I'm saying? Break them off a little couple dollars, whatever they want. You gotta feel that process, because I had to go through that same process. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit he don't have to go through because of the footwork that I put down, you know what I'm saying? But I still feel like you should get out there and get your feet wet. Yeah.
Because that experience is everything.
Right. That's the fuel, you feel me? That's the fuel.
Yeah, you definitely want to appreciate it more. I want to get into 16 Summers. How would you rate that on the scale of all the projects you've done to date?
16 Summers, I give 16 Summers like, I think it's one of my hottest projects. You feel me? COVID fucked it up.
It did?
Yeah, COVID fucked that
why,
run
why,
up.
why COVID fucked it up?
Because it stopped all the shows.
Facts.
If you rap niggas wasn't saving no money, if you rap niggas ain't had no money saved, man, or wasn't doing no features and wasn't screaming, well, you dead.
Yeah.
That COVID in the streets, one, you had to be doing something, boy, because COVID killed the show money for sure.
Yeah.
But it seemed like when COVID hit though, my features, like, I went up on the features, like, I probably did like 40 features during COVID.
I was watching what it was, your backpack interview, and you said something about you had to cut the ticket like Boosie did.
Oh yeah, when I see Boosie say half off, man, I took my shit half off. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So niggas say, well, what's half? I can just make up any number and just say that's half. But they feel like they getting a deal. So I can, you know what I'm saying?
That's the hustler in you.
Right.
Man, I appreciate you coming through, big dog. before I even let you go, I just want to say you're a hell of an artist. You produce amazing music. There's a lot of people in this room, so it's kind of hard for me to say this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it because I ain't no bitch. Your music changed my life, dog. Cause I got homies that's, they went another route. I got homies that's deceased, and when music, the only thing that you listening to, that's the only thing you gonna take heed to.
Right.
And so a lot of things that you were saying, it kind of kept me from flagging.
Yeah.
And I look back like why I ain't like them or why I ain't like that. It's just because I listened to the right stuff, and you played a big part of that. So I'm happy we're able to give you your flowers while you're here.
Right.
I want you to enjoy the city. I know they're gonna show you
Yeah.
how we do it out here, and we're looking forward to seeing you again, and many blessings in your career.
Man, thank you, bro. That's big, bro. And I know you coming from a sincere place, you know what I'm saying? And that's crazy, bro, because, like, that just confirmation on my end, to let me know that, a lot of the shit I be saying and I set out to say,
Right.
it's touching people. You feel me?
It is, man.
Yeah.
Music
Yeah.
powerful.
Know what I'm saying? And that's confirmation to God, too. Like, know what I'm saying? Like, God know I ain't just out here playing, you feel me? I'm spreading that word kind of like in my own way, but people getting it.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's confirmation to me and to God. Salute, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank
Yes,
you,
sir.
man. All right, it's Peazo Band Well. We had the big homie Tom G in here. We got Swaver Time here. We can get him on here soon,
Yeah, my
hopefully.
boy gave me some. What this is?
Yes, sir. We got that Gizo certified.
It's him, too.
It's him. We got that cosign bit, dog. Tom G says gas.
I ain't much smoking yet, and I know it. I can,
Yeah, as soon as you bust it over here. Stop playing. 94.9 The City, hottest radio station in the streets. Appreciate you coming through, Tom. We out of here.
Salute. Yeah, man.